Hello amazing artists, for this video we are going to create a cactus made out of construction paper, and we are going to talk about organic shapes, because organic shapes are shapes that are found in nature, such as a cactus, and organic shapes usually have flowy curved lines just like a cactus has. So you'll remember that geometric shapes are the man-made perfect shapes like triangles and squares and rectangles. Well, we are going to create today a cactus made of organic shapes, which are the nice flowy lines that are found in nature. So for this project, what you will need is you will need 3 pieces of construction paper. One color is going to be for the pot that the cactus is going to sit in. I'm going to use purple for that, but you can pick a different color. One color is going to be for the flower in the cactus's hair, which I picked pink for that. And then you will also need a green. I do not have a green piece of construction paper, so I'm going to have to color with a marker some green onto a blank sheet of paper. So you can do the same if you don't have green. And then you will need another sheet of paper for the background color. I'm just going to use another white piece, so I don't really need this orange piece right here. So you will need 3 pieces of construction paper. You will need, hopefully you have a green. I'm going to use pink and purple, and then you will need a blank sheet of paper to glue it on. You'll also need some glue, some scissors, and a marker. So let's go ahead and get started. If you do have a green sheet of paper, then you can just sort of outline along with me. I'm going to turn my tray this way. It will make it easier for me. You can outline with a marker along with me. If you just have a blank sheet of paper, then you can go ahead and you can draw the cactus along with me. So organic shapes are nice and flowy curves. So there's a curved line. Our cactus is going to have 2 arms. Here's the first one. So it's nice and flowy. It's going to come down to about right there and stop. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal line across. I'm going to go back up here and start right here. I'm going to come down and then make a nice flowy line just like this. And go down again. And once I have that, now what I've got to do, since if you already have a green sheet of construction paper, all you'll have to do is cut this out. Since I don't, I'm going to have to color it in green. If you're like me and having to color it in green with a marker, then remember to color one direction the entire time you're coloring. I'm going to go up and down. You can go side to side or diagonally as well. Now I'm using a Sharpie. You need to use just a plain marker. If you don't have a plain marker and do have a green Sharpie, you need to ask an adult before you use it. If you go a little bit outside of the lines, that's going to be okay because we're going to end up cutting this out anyways. But especially if you're going up and down right here, you have to be very careful when you get to the edges so that you don't go over. Now I'm going to start on the arms. Again, I'm going up and down the whole time because we want all of our lines going the same direction as we color. Now I'm going to go to my last arm and I'm going to flip it this direction so that it's easier for me to color it. Okay, so now I am finished coloring. If you had green construction paper, then all you had to do was just cut it out. But I'm going to start cutting out my cactus just like this. I'm going to if you're one of my younger students like K in first, if you need help cutting out with some scissors, if you'll ask an adult to help you. But see, it's nice, flowy, curvy lines that I'm cutting out. That's what makes it an organic shape. Okay, so now my cactus is completely cut out. I'm going to move that scrap piece of paper. So I have my cactus. Now what I'm going to do is I need to draw a pot, and remember my pot is going to be purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my cactus out and then place my purple up to my cactus because we want our pot to be proportional. Remember, we want it to look like it would fit and be that a cactus, we want to make sure that it looks like the cactus would fit in it and not that it would be too big or too small for the cactus to fit in. So we're going to go ahead, and if you'll get a marker out, you can sort of draw a trapezoid shape. And if you've got a piece of construction paper that's already the color you want, you don't even have to color it in. Oops. you can just start cutting it out. Okay, so there's my pot that my cactus is going to be planted in. And the last thing that I need is I'm going to cut out a flower to go in the cactus's hair and some cheeks. So for the flower, I'm going to make shape like that. And for the cheeks, I just need 2 smaller circles. So 1, 2. So let's go ahead and cut those out. The flower is going to be a little bit harder to cut out because you've got a lot of curved lines, and it again is going to be an organic shape. Do this. I'm going to go ahead and cut that piece off so it's easier for me to get these last few curved lines cut out. I'll turn it on the back, and I want it to be a little bit more even than that, so I'm just going to go around to the places that I think need to be cut out a little bit more and cut some of the petals down. So that's probably good for my flower. And then I just want my eyes cut out, so I'm going to cut out my 2 circles, not my eyes, I'm sorry, my cheeks. I'm going to do this though. It makes it easier to cut out if you can get it down into a smaller section first. So I'm going to do that, and now it's easier for me just to go around and cut out my cheeks. I'm even going to do this. So there's one cheek. And now I just need the other one cut out. There's the other one. So then I can lay that those scrap pieces of paper aside. And now it's just time to glue everything down. So we're going to start with the cactus. I'm going to use a white piece of paper, where I could actually use my orange piece of paper. I think I'm actually going to use my orange piece of paper as the background. I'm going to get out my glue stick, and on the back of the cactus I'm going to put some glue all around the edges so that they don't come up later. And then I'm just going to glue it down like this. Leave room at the bottom for your trapezoid to go that's going to be holding your cactus. So I'm going to get out my trapezoid now. Make sure that there are no Sharpie marks on it. I'm going to place glue around the edges, then put an X in the middle. Then I'm going to come down here, place it on top of my cactus, just like this. And now it looks like my cactus is sitting in a pot. And last, I'm going to glue my cheeks and my flower down. So for my flower, I'm going to place it, I think, right about there. And before we put our cheeks on, let's go ahead and get out a black marker. And we're going to give our cactus some eyes. So we're going to just make some curved lines like this. We're going to go 1, then go over a little bit, 2, and we're going to give our cactus a mouth. So we're going to come right here and give it a small little mouth. After we do that, we'll know where to glue on the cheeks. So I'm going to go ahead and take my first cheek, put some glue on it, and then place it about right there. Then I'm going to take my second cheek, put some glue on it, and then place it about right. Whoops, it's coming off on my finger. Right there. So now we have our cactus. The only thing left to do is with your black marker you can add some lines throughout your cactus. You don't have to put a whole lot, you can just put a few at a time, and it's going to look like your cactus has some lines throughout it, or all throughout it. And right down here for the pot, we can make a horizontal line. And then right at the very bottom, we can make another horizontal line. And we'll place 1, 2, 3 dots right there, and maybe one over there for some texture. And there we have our very own cactus made from construction paper. So I hope everybody has an awesome rest of your day, and goodbye.